All right, we're back at 14 minutes after 7, and you can't really do a whole lot about getting older, but you can do something about how you look and feel, maybe even looking and feeling 10 years younger. It could be as simple as updating your hairstyle. Fox 26's Claire Husband is joining us live this morning to show us how to get your youth back with a snip and a cut. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Kim. Well, I'm here with all three models who this morning really wanted to change something about their hair they weren't quite happy with, and they weren't really ready to undergo any major drastic changes, but just a few little tweaks to get them where they needed to be. So Sonia Thornton's been with me all morning, and she's helping me out with the styling of these ladies. So we're going to go through each one of them and just talk about what they didn't like and talk about what they are happy with now. So here we have our first model, Jane, and she was undergoing a perm, and I know you just weren't happy with the way it was falling in your face and looking. So what did we do to fix her up?
Well, we just trimmed off the ends and added some short layers to the top here, blew it out with a round brush, put a little glossing cream in there, and didn't take very long, and look, she looks beautiful.
And voila, we love it. All right, and let's work over here, and I understand you are the epitome of a very busy working woman.
True.
So you just don't have a lot of time on your hands. So what can we do for someone who's on the go, doesn't have all that time to be messing around with their hair?
We just gave her a quick cut with some layers, gave her some bangs, and just put a little product in there and a blow dry, and she's done.
So lots of layers, that's key.
Lots of layers and texture. Also a lot of texture to lighten it up so that there's not any blunt lines.
Okay.
Because the texture will soften the features.
Perfect. Gotcha. And let's go over to model number 3, Miss Paul. I know you wanted to look for a night out on the town, something different without cutting off a lot of length or really changing your color. So what did we do to her?
Well, Miss Paula looks beautiful. Just put in some loose layers in her hair with a curling iron, some spirals, fingered them through, wrapped it around, and accentuated with a flower.
All right. So all you ladies look lovely. And coming up, we're going to go over some of the most common mistakes that women are making in their hairstyles and some of the top tips you'll want to know before you go into a salon so you can really tell your stylist what you want and how to make sure you actually get the look you're going after. Kim?
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, Claire.
Well, if you want to take some years off your face but not quite up for plastic surgery, don't give up. You don't have to go under the knife to feel and look young once again. Fox 26's Claire Hosmet explains this morning, sometimes all you need to do is get a pair of scissors, some hairspray, and a brand new hairdo. Right, Claire?
That's right, Bob. And sometimes you don't even need to go through all those changes. Sometimes it can be as simple as just fixing your parts, or even adding a little bit of a bang. All those things can really make a difference, make you look younger, and brighten up your look. So here with me this morning is Sonia, and we've been working on models all morning long, and now we have Miss Debbie in the chair. Now, what can we just show people, how a part can really make a difference?
Yes. Typically, some people want to go with the older style, the 60s middle part, but we want a more updated version these days. And Debbie's hair, we did a side part, and we gave her a long bang, which if she had any imperfections, would cover some of that up. And then we have a soft tassel look instead of the blunt lines that kind of draw the face down and cause the chin to droop and things like that. So we just softened her up with some texture and layers and the side bang. Yeah.
Okay, and I know also the shape of your face can really make a difference in how a certain style works for you. So Debbie has kind of, would you like an oval face?
Yeah, she has an oval face, so she definitely wouldn't want a blunt cut that's going to accentuate the roundness of her jawline. But having the longer hair, it just really draws out her face and makes her look even better.
Okay, and I know something a lot of people want to do is how to add more volume to your hair. What are some good tips for that?
Well, you can always add layers in the top, or you can use a root booster that you would apply to the root, blow dry the root, and it would give you lots of body up top and look really beautiful.
Okay, and one last question. Days like this remind me of frizz. It's rainy, it's gross out. What can you do to kind of keep that hair smooth and sleek like it looks when you walk out of the house?
Well, we have a great Biolage serum that you can put in the hair. It helps retain the moisture so that it doesn't dry it out and cause the frizz.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all your tips. We've got a lot more on our website, but now it's time to head over to Bob in the kitchen.